Hello, this is my first beauty review video, and I'm going to be reviewing Selena Gomez Rare Beauty. If you haven't heard of it, Selena Gomez, I think you all know who she is. She's a Disney star, singer, but she has her own makeup line, and it sells natural makeup for women. So if you're into that really heavy stuff, you probably aren't gonna like this, but I have stopped wearing really heavy makeup a long time ago. I used to look like a total clown in my 20s, and I look back at my pictures and I cringe because I thought I looked good, but of course I was looking a mess. But I've already washed my face. I don't put on any primer or anything when I put my makeup on because I have acne prone skin, and just the least little bit of anything, it actually breaks out my skin. So I don't wear primer or anything like that, but I wash my face, and I wash my face with my Urban RX Beauty Bar cleansing bar, even tone cleansing bar, and I really like their products. So if you haven't checked them out, check them out. They're real good, especially if you have really sensitive skin or hyperpigmentation. They're real good for helping you clear up your skin and the dark marks. So a lot of my dark spots are starting to kind of clear up. So anyways, the foundation that I got was 340C. I think that whenever I put in my Makeup Forever foundation, it was saying that I wore like 330 or whatever, but I was like, let me get 340 because every time I get like the foundation I think I am, it always turns out to be a little bit lighter than what I want. So I just want to shade up to 340. I don't know if it's going to work, but we shall see. I've shaken it up earlier today and shaking it up again, and I'm going to put it on. I did get my, and then I also got her concealer, and I got shade 310, so I went a little lighter with my concealer because I have a lot of dark spots that I really want to cover. I hope her concealer works well, and I was reading the reviews and it says the concealer works best with the brush, so I bought her brush. Yes, I did, Selena Gomez. I bought your brush. And I also brought her lipstick. This is the only thing I've worn so far since this came in. It's the little soufflé lipstick or whatever, and I got the color Brave, and I really like it because it's really creamy. It's like a creamy, really nice, creamy matte type consistency, and it's amazing. This is, if I don't like anything, at least I know I like this. And I also got her blush. I kind of tested it on my hand a little bit, and she said a little bit of her blush goes a long way. And I will tell you, just from testing on my hand, and I'm probably literally going to put like one little bitty dot, and blend it out because it's very pigmented. It's a liquid blush. And so those are, oh yes, and I got her eyeliner because the review said her eyeliner was really good, and these are the only products I got. So I'm gonna get started with her blush, not her blush, excuse me, her foundation, and I'm just gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4 because according to Selena Gomez, her blush, a little bit goes a long way. So we're only gonna put on a little bit of her products because according to her, a little bit goes a long way. So I'm literally gonna do a dot, 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 dot. According to her, we'll see. A little bit goes a long way. So I literally did like dots in those areas. And I got these little sponges from Beauty Bakery. I got a whole egg carton of them. They're really kind of cool. They come in like little neutral shades. They're really cute. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna blend it out right now. Oh, I'll tell you how the color's turning out. The color for me so far, I'm gonna wet this just a little bit. Just a tad bit, because it's a little dry. A color to me so far is, it's a little orangey in my opinion. So we'll see though, I'm not done, so I'm not gonna get my final till I blend everything out. But it matches my skin tone to me really good. I got like a cool shade, a cool tone, because I'm natural, I'm a neutral and cool tones. So I got a cool tone foundation. I just put just a little bit on. I didn't put a lot because she said a little bit goes a long way. So I didn't put a whole lot of the foundation. I don't like to wear a lot of foundation anyway. So far it's working. When I first put it on, it looked a little orangey, but now that I'm blending it out in my skin, it doesn't look so bad. So it's not so bad once you get it blended in your skin. And I'm kind of glad I went with a darker shade, because I feel like that the shade that they would try to match me with really would have been too light. I don't like my foundation to be too dark, but I don't want my foundation to be too light. Like, ooh, that's my pet peeve. Like, no. But with foundation, it oxidizes, so you have to be really careful, especially in my skin tone, not to go too dark, because I've gone dark in the past and just not good. Now I'm going to take the concealer, and I'm just going to put it under my eye, on my nose. So I'll put a little bit here, which is the areas that I'm kind of self-conscious about, because that's where a lot of my hyperpigmentation is. Okay, I'll put a little bit. A few little dots under my eyes, little dots, my nose, and that little area, and these little areas that I don't really care for. Okay, and I'm gonna take, and I did go a little lighter with the concealer, because whenever you get, I don't know if you know, but whenever you get concealer, I always go a little lighter than what you normally would. And I'm using her brush. Her concealer brush. This is actually her concealer brush. She has a brush specifically to blend out her concealer, and according to the reviews, you should use a brush. So we're gonna use a brush. Help blend the concealer. And one thing that I've learned about concealer, when I used to buy it in the past, is like whenever you do buy a concealer, when a foundation does come with concealer, buy their concealer. Don't buy anybody else's concealer, because a lot of times if you buy other people's concealer, it doesn't necessarily blend out well in your foundation, if it's not the concealer that goes with the whatever foundation that you're buying. It's good to buy concealer to match with whatever foundation brand that you're buying. I've learned that the hard way, because a lot of times it'll pick up your foundation, and your foundation, you just look a hot mess. I learned that the hard way, because when I bought Fenty, there was a certain concealer that I really liked, and I tried to use it with Fenty, and no, it didn't go. So if the brand that you want to try has a concealer, whatever foundation brand it is that you want to try, always kind of go with their concealer. And I'm kind of liking this concealer pretty well. It's concealing my spots, particularly underneath my chin, that I don't like. It's doing pretty good. It's doing all right. All right, so we're blending it out. Kara, you're interrupting my video. Like, I'm trying, and I don't feel like reshooting, so bye. Sorry, guys. Bye. I'm gonna go back and put some of this foundation, as well as a sponge on top of these little areas underneath my chin. And right here on the side. And I will let you guys know after I'm done what I think in my final, what I have to say about this when I'm done. I'm just trying to blend everything out. It takes me forever to blend out makeup. Forever. I could be doing this like all day. Literally. All day. I could be doing this all day. Because I don't like to look crazy. I don't like to look crazy. So I will have to say that it took a little longer to blend out the concealer than I would have liked. The brush did work okay. It's not like my favorite tool. I kind of, when I went back to blend out the concealer, I kind of almost preferred to use this over the little brush that everybody's raving about. Like, don't buy this brush. It's all right, but I think it works okay, maybe under the eyes, but just use the same sponge that you put the foundation on, because after you put the concealer on, then, you know, you can kind of blend it out with just a little bit of foundation that's on here, so that the concealer doesn't kind of take over the foundation. So just use either a brush, a foundation brush, or a beauty blender. In my opinion, don't waste your money on that. I got it on sale. It wasn't a lot, but that's just my opinion, my thoughts. So the only thing that I didn't like about her makeup whole thing was that she does not have a she doesn't have a translucent powder. She has like a blotting powder. So I just kind of bought a translucent powder. I bought the Laura Mercier powder because my coworker is always like raving about this. I use Laura Mercier. So I was like, okay, let me try it. Let me use it, okay? And I thought that, and I don't know if I'm going to use Laura Mercier anymore after this, unless I'm just totally in love with it. But I thought, when I bought it, it's going to be bigger, right? This was like almost 30 bucks, and it's so small. It's the mini one. So all I know is it better be good because it was pretty pricey. So I'm just going to put a little bit in the top, literally a little bit, because it was really expensive. And I'm probably not really going to, this will not be my go-to loose powder because it's pricey. Maybe when I go someplace special. I'm a teacher, so you know, I wouldn't appreciate the price. I tell y'all that right now. You know, young people who don't have kids and have money to waste and want to waste it, fine. But no, I'm not wasting it on a loose powder like that. You can buy Morphe loose powder. It's just as good, in my opinion, and you get a bigger, and it's cheaper, and just no. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put the translucent powder under my eyes, because that's where like I like to use my translucent powder, mainly under my eyes. I'm always so tired from work, for real. And we're just gonna kind of let it bake a little bit before we kind of take our brush and let it rub in. I'll put a little bit on my nose too. Why not? But yeah, she has like a blotting powder, so she doesn't really have a translucent powder. So if you want a translucent powder, you're probably just gonna have to buy one from another brand. And like I said, this go around I bought Laura Mercier, and I like it so far. Putting on Laura Mercier, it is a good, you know, it's probably worth it, but I just, y'all don't be having the money. So I'm letting that sit. I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyebrows and my I'm gonna use her eyeliner. I'm going to do my eyebrows, and I'm also going to do my eyeshadow. And I use Morphe eyeshadows. I love Morphe. Morphe is so affordable, and you can get a big palette of all kinds of different colors. And I just like Morphe. So I'm just kind of combing out my eyebrows, and then we're going to put on our eyebrow powder. And this is from Rima. So it's very affordable. You can order online. It's really cheap. Like a lot of my makeup that I have, I do vegan makeup, but I do affordable vegan makeup. So I like things that are affordable because I live on a budget. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and fill in my brows. And I haven't got my eyebrows done in so long. I found a lady who I'm gonna get to do them, but they look a mess. It's time to get them waxed and tinted. And yes, I tint my eyebrows. You should try it if you haven't. It works. Tinting your eyebrows isn't a terrible thing. All right. So all right, so I got my eyebrows filled in, and now I'm gonna put on my I'm gonna go ahead and put on my actually I'm gonna wipe this stuff off my face because I'll forget. I'll forget this stuff is sitting on my face, and I'll be looking a mess. I know how I do. Y'all, I be forgetting. I did, and one time I went to work and I forgot to rub in my powder. Everybody's like, what's wrong with you? Like, I was like, oh, I forgot to rub my powder. I literally take my hands and rub it in. So there we go. So got it kind of rubbed in. Looks pretty good. All right. So now we're gonna go ahead and use my Morphe palette. And guys, when I open it up, y'all gonna be like, wow, Kendra, really? Yes. I have used this thing. I've had it forever, and I always use it. If you're a boring person and you just like bronzy colors, this is the palette for you. Okay, so let me go ahead and go in on what I normally wear on a typical work day. I'm a very boring person, I promise you. I am so boring with my makeup, especially now that I'm older. I don't want to look crazy. And I work with kids and they're brutally honest. Like, if you look a clown, they'll tell you. There's one teacher, she just wears all this makeup and they're always like, you know, the one that looks like a clown? Kids are so honest. So be careful. You know, if you're around a kid and you like to wear really loud makeup because you probably get your feelings hurt, they'll tell you you look crazy. Okay. So I'm just pretending like I'm getting ready for work, and this is how I would normally do my makeup when I go to work. And I've actually been doing makeup a very long time. I've gotten better now that I'm older, but I've been wearing makeup since I was 15 and I am 35, so you do the math. I used to do beauty pageants when I was in high school, and I really got into makeup and doing makeup. So I've been wearing makeup a really long time. I know a lot of makeup brands, and I know the things they put in the makeup, and sometimes I piss quite a few people off. And I have many different kinds. Like, see, I don't discriminate makeup. I have the Kim Kardashian blush palette. I like this. It's really good. And I also have the KKW contour palette, which is just about gone. This is really good. And I also have Kylie. I got Makeup Forever. I got Fenty. So I don't discriminate with makeup. As long as it's vegan, I'll wear it. And I even got the KKW little bronze eyeshadow palette, which is used heavily. And my sister got me one. I don't wear it as much because it's not really bronzy. It's nice, but it's the one with the friend or whatever, Allison thing, whatever it is. So now we're going to use Selena's eyeliner, which everybody says is really good. So let's see. Let's get into it and see what it does, okay? I like to do a very soft wing, a very subtle, soft wing where it's just barely there. When I was younger, I used to do a really heavy wing, but now that I'm older, a very soft wing. So it's barely there, you can barely see it. And I haven't worn eyeliner in a long time because my daughter is always going through my makeup. So if she's watching, you're not going to go through my makeup. I had to buy all new makeup because Kara has literally gone through all my makeup. So I like to do a very subtle eyeliner. Very subtle wing on both sides. And just a little bit underneath. I have to be careful with the eyeliner because I have big eyes. When you have really big eyes like me, you got to be really careful with eyeliner. I was scared. I was so scared because I don't want to mess up because my eyes are so big. And now I'm going to put on my eyeshadow. The very last thing I'm using is Selena Gomez's blush because she said this stuff is so pigmented, and everybody who's done the review on it, they always end up looking like a clown. They have to put more foundation or more powder on. So I'm using this last because I'm scared. I don't want to look like a clown. So let me go ahead and put on my mascara. And I'm not a person who likes to wear a lot of mascara. I wear very light mascara because I have very long eyelashes and they clunk together really bad if I put on too much. Okay, and that's all I'm gonna do. I use very light mascara, very light mascara. I like mascara, but I use very, very, very light because of how long my eyelashes are. So now we're gonna try her blush, and she said do one dot, and I'm literally gonna do one dot, and I'm so nervous about doing one dot because I'm scared even with doing one dot, I'm gonna look like a clown. So we're just gonna. Whew, I'm scared how it's gonna look when I blend it out. Let's see. I have a new blush brush that I bought from Ulta, and I'm so scared, y'all. I don't want to look crazy. Okay, I got a new brush that I bought that's for your blush. I'm trying to make sure there's no product so that we can get her real, do a real for real review with just her blush. Okay, let's see. Oh gosh, y'all, I'm so scared. Why am I so scared? I'm gonna start with my finger, and then I'm gonna kind of go in with a brush. And we're gonna do this side first. I'm kind of go up with it. And I'm gonna also use a little of my finger to go up with it. I'm not a huge fan of liquid blushes, but people said this blush was really, really good because it was so pigmented. Okay, we're gonna do the other side. I think I did good because with the blush, because I read the reviews and I know that people were talking about you gotta be really, really careful with it. So I'm thinking mine doesn't look too terrible, too clownish, because a lot of folks said you gotta be careful with her blush because it's really, really pigmented. Even she said that on her review. She was like, I even use just a little teeny tiny bit because like it literally goes a long way. And she used her fingers, but I'm using my fingers and the blush brush. And that's what I recommend you do, because you can blend it out a little bit better with the brush and your fingers using both. It's just my opinion. So I think it looks okay. I don't think I look too clownish. It's just my opinion. Okay, so the very last thing I'm gonna put on is my favorite thing of hers, which is her lip soufflé, and I really like it. Okay, so I'm gonna put it on. I've already used this before, so I know this is good. I just really like the way it feels on your lips. It feels so buttery. Got big lips. Okay. Oh, it feels so good. This is the best part, is the lip souffle. It feels so good on your lips. Okay, so I've done the whole face using just Selena Gomez's product. Only thing I'm gonna do is the blush is just so woo. So I'm gonna kind of just take my the same sponge I'd use for my powder and my foundation and just kind of dab it just a little bit more, because I love blush, but at the same time I don't want to look like a clown. So that to me looks a little bit better, just kind of dabbing it out. And that is my final look. This is my final look. I think the foundation did well. I'm glad I went a little darker instead of going with the color in which they matched me with, because I would have looked just not good. So that's a beauty lesson for everybody. Like with this particular brand, whatever they match you with, just go one shade up, one shade, and I think you'll be okay. But that's it. And I hope you guys liked the video. Hope you guys like my makeup. Hope I look beautiful. Do I look a superstar? Isn't she lovely, this heart?